Hello and welcome to round 5 of the Southern Star Racing V8 Supercars Championship here at Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta. Before we get into the action, let's take a look at how they lined up after qualifying. In first place, we've got Sparks with a 1:15.4 over Mighty Bob in second, Juz in third, Sam in fourth, Scuba there in fifth place with a 1:16.7, just over the top of Go Home You're Drunk. And then we've got Zappo in seventh with JK Stewie in eighth, the first Dodge Challenger that we can see on our qualifying grid. In 9th place, we do have Terminator. In 10th, we've got Big Pooh. 11th place, we've got myself, Osto 101. In 12th, we've got Legendary Berry. Gold Cow in 13, Big Easy 14, Wes in 15, and rounding out the order today, we have Flacker 17, as we get ready to go green light racing. Michelin Raceway is a classic American road course. A lap here definitely feels quick, but every corner demands precision. We've got high-speed commitment zones, tricky technical sections, and one of the best overtaking spots on the calendar. This is that track that rewards rhythm, bravery, and patience. Now, as the guys are underway, we see the Mighty Bob get a fantastic launch and go past Spark there, and he's gotten well out in front of the start here, so a fantastic effort for him. Right off the line and straight through the grid. We can see there's a couple of changes as we shift down through the back here. Zappo jumping up, Scuba followed by HK, Legendary Berry there in 9th. Looks like we're going to have a good little battle grid here at the start with all the cars lined up with a smaller pack off at the back there. You can see JK Stewie and his teammate Big Pooh in those beautiful Dodge Challengers there at the back of the first race grid of cars, looking absolutely fantastic. The teammates there from the Jim Beam Racing. Looks like we've had a car go off and wide as Snipes watches the re-entry there with HKS. They get in there nice and cleanly. Well done, boys. Congratulations. Great re-entry there from HKS. As we go down the grid, we've got Flacker there, and we'll jump back to our race leader, Mighty Bob, as he's getting ready to finish his first lap already. A very short track here, like we said, very fast, lots of technical corners as we go on board with Spark, chasing down the race leader there. He was on pole, as you remember, so let's see how fast he goes across the line. We've got Mighty Bob obviously being the first out lap, setting that time as a 1:21.4. We will see those times definitely go down, especially from these Camaros at the front as the race goes on. Especially, I would even bet that on this lap we're going to see possibly a 1:17, maybe even. We'll see. As we are on board with Gary looking backwards at Juzzy. See that so what electrical. Oh, as he's run a little bit off the track there, you can see the dust go flying up as we get a better angle here on the sideline cams. As we can see, Juzzy has actually made up a bit of time. He gets around Gary. Gary might have. Oh no, so Gary's the one that's gone off, and Juzzy's actually jumped past of him because he's lost a bit of time there going across the grass. We've got Scooter coming around through the corner there, seeing if he can make up a little bit of time from the guys battling up ahead. As we continue down through the grid once again, we've got JK Stewie there in 7th in that beautiful Jim Beam Camaro. Absolutely flying. HKS serving a bit of a penalty there. Must have been for that off-track incident we've seen. Might have collected a little bit of a shortcut penalty, unfortunately. We see Legendary Berry go through and some contact. Big Pooh and HKS. Oh no, they've come together. Looks like there's been a readdress. Big Pooh is definitely sitting at the back there, but HKS is now into the side of Zappo as well, as he's trying to find some space to get himself realigned. It looks like Snipes is taking advantage of the two coming together and grabbing a couple of spots, moving himself up into 10th. A fantastic drive from Snipes. Doing very well on that Mustang. As we've seen all season, it has been the slower of the three cars, but nonetheless, we've got a couple on track here today, which is fantastic to see. Big Easy in the Pizza Hut Camaro looking to gain some points, and Osto coming around in 15th. Not the exact start that he wanted, but here he is running on the mediums, his strategy at the start here, so we'll see if he does end up getting faster throughout the race. We've got Flacker there rounding out our order today on our third lap, so plenty of things to happen yet. The race has only just begun. We've got 34 laps here at Michelin Raceway. Oh, as we see Sparks go into the wall following Mighty Bob on lap 3. Oh no, an early mistake. That's going to be costly. He's going to have to work really hard to get those positions back. As we can see, he's dropped down now from 2nd to 5th, and it looks like he's going to even fall back to 6th behind Scuba here, as Scuba gets a great run on the main straight. Oh, here we go. So Spark's got some work to do. Turn 1's definitely one of those flat-out commitments. If you lift just enough to settle the car and then trust the grip to carry through, you can do what Scuba did there and pick up a little bit of time. Obviously, Spark not having the ideal run into that first corner. As we continue down the grid, JK Stewie might even be able to catch up onto the back of these guys now. Spark's definitely dropping down the order. Might have a bit of damage, but that will clear itself with the race settings, of course, on light damage for this series. Legendary Berry with another penalty clear. Maybe just cutting it a little bit too tight across those S's. Now those S's actually last between turns 3 and 5, and it's all about flow. So if you get the wrong line, you've pretty much crossed yourself up for the rest of that sort of section there. So it might have been what's happened to Legendary Berry, unfortunately. HKS in 9th, Zappo in 10th. Beautiful Miller delivery there. Absolute classic, that one. Now, with the racing mediums and racing softs both in play, tyre management is going to be absolute key here. The softs will definitely give you pace, as we've seen some of the guys go out of the gate really fast, but they will vanish as well, especially as they heat up. So it's going to be very interesting to see what sort of different tyre strategies these guys have across the field, whether they're starting on the mediums and pushing on the softs later with lower fuel, whether they're going out hard now to get some clean air and some space, so that way when they come out of the pits, they're not losing too many positions. So it could go either way, especially on such a short, tight track like this one. Fuel isn't really the biggest concern here. It might be a bit of a splash and dash in the pits, but it could shake up the order, probably say halfway to midway to the end of this race. Absolutely. Definitely the guys are going to have to balance their attack and be patient, because if you try and make an overtake here and force the move, not only could you completely ruin the race for yourself, but for others as well. As we can see, Osto right on the tail of Snipes here, but he does have a half-second penalty, so even if he gets around him, he's going to be losing that time in this penalty zone anyway. So he's trying to sort of really push up to not lose too much time, trying to stay in that slipstream. He wants to get up there and around, which is a bit of a mistake. So we see Flacker's gone off the track. He's currently sitting here waiting for all that traffic to go. If you notice the map on the top right, he's just waiting for a clean spot to re-enter. So well done on him there. Unfortunate mistake, as sent him off in that breakdown lane. So we go back to our race leader, Mighty Bob, with that fantastic start, and it looks like he's made so much ground here. So he's probably, I would put money on it, that he started on the softs. He's going to get himself as much of a gap as possible for his pit strategy, which may come around laps 14 to 17. It's probably about where we'll see those soft tyres definitely drop off, especially on that Camaro there. So yeah, that's a massive gap back to Juzzy in the second there. So you can see he's got a fair gap. Juzzy's also come up after seeing Spark hit the wall, so he's jumped himself up into second place. So a very strong start for him. Gary up into third, so he's recovered a bit from losing a few positions there going off-road, as we had that spoiler cam view looking backwards. It's the So What electrical car. And SRT is up in a fourth ahead of Spark as well, so he did make that move work. Jump back there and have a look at him in a second. We see Gary on quite a good sort of start there through the S's. Really good car control. Jumping across those curves, we see Spark actually take a little bit more. Here we go, it looks like we've got a bit of a battle pack here. We've got Spark, SRT, Vroom, and Scuba. So Spark's actually just, as we've been talking then, Spark's actually just gotten that position back from SRT. You can see Scuba there in the background, the half-second penalty. They're just cutting those S's just ever so slightly, so that's going to hurt. Almost say that SRT and Scuba look like their teammates with their very similar styles in the colours there. Definitely competitors here. We've got Valvoline versus Castrol in the sponsorships. And as we go down the grid, we can see JK Stewie. He's got the Jim Beam, Dodge Challenger. Repco sponsorship on the front. Doesn't that car just sound amazing? You can listen to that supercharger all day long. Absolutely love these Dodge Challengers here. They sound absolutely amazing. We go down through the grid. Legendary Barry. Ooh, we've seen J.K. Stewart just run a little bit wide over the curb there and set up a bunch of dust in there into Barry's face. Interesting. Some full commitment into the corner here. J.K. Stewart is doing everything that he can to keep Legendary Barry at bay. He doesn't want to lose those positions at all throughout this race. He needs the points to climb his way up the leadership board. As we continue down the grid, Legendary Barry in 8th. There's a good little battle happening here. HKS in 9th. After seeing him make that small mistake a little bit earlier, Zappo and Big Pooh cutting that corner just a little bit, but not enough to warrant the half-second penalty. You do have to have both sets of wheels off to the left side of the paint to cop that half-second penalty through the SSR. Again, I could just listen to that car all day long. It sounds absolutely amazing, that Dodge Challenger. As we continue ourselves into this race, we're on lap 8 of 34. Big Easy there in 12th in the Pizza Hut Camaro. Absolutely stunning livery, that one. I reckon it could win some competitions, that livery for sure. Golden Cow in 13th place. Having a good run. You can see. Oh, he's run it a bit wide. He's managed to hold onto it without putting it into the wall. Wow, what a good save there. It's going to cost him some time, but it's a lot better than running into the wall. So we can see Osto coming around now to lap Flacker on lap 9. See if he can get around him smoothly. His Snipes is right behind him, so he doesn't want to be held up too much. Oh, as he pushes the car to get out and around and get the car a little bit sideways, but he has held it. These things are an absolute mission to control. I can tell you that firsthand. The very, very slidey Camaro. So we continue down. So we've got Flacker there, lapped in 16th on lap 8, and Snipes just behind on lap 9 in 15th. So he'll be looking to get around Flacker as well. So we jump back up to Osto here. We'll see if we can get a good little battle going between. Oh no! So it looks like Flacker has just collided with Gold Cow in the background there. Unfortunately, so Gold Cow must have been pushing up as well. And we just heard all that tyre squeal, so it sounds like Flacker's had a little bit of a let loose moment, which is very easy to do in that Mustang. We go back to our race leader, the Mighty Bob, lap 10, still out in front. And look at that map, ladies and gentlemen. He's the little red arrow, and the next car is way at the back of that back straight now as he comes around that corner. A fantastic run, that's for sure. As we jump back to second, and we've got another battle pack here. Second, third, and fourth, battling for a podium finish, and we're only on lap 10. These guys are absolutely letting it fly. Here we go. So we've got Spark in third place that we're on board with right now. He's trying to catch Gary, and he's also trying to keep Juzzy at bay. So Spark's continued to jump up the field. He's really pushing that car quite fast. Obviously not as fast as Mighty Bob, but the fastest lap so far of a 1:15.666. We go into passenger view here with Juzzy. Oh, and we see them come together. Let's see if he can make use of it. Oh, Juzzy, can he get past Gary as well? No. Oh dear, looks like Gary's just giving him a slight bump off wide. He's gone right out into the dirt there. As he gets back on, he's going to have to work hard to get that position back. He's going to have to work really hard to make up the time. That was a great little battle pack there. Unfortunate little bit of contact. That last corner is absolutely flat out, so there's not a lot of room to make a move there. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite get it done over the hill, but that tap there, I wonder if we'll see Gary readdress. Yes, there, we can see him slowing down here. He did cop a half-second penalty. It looks like he might have gone a bit wide there, trying to let someone else... No one else has gone through, so he's made a little bit of a mistake himself, got a half-second penalty, and he has readdressed there for Juzzy. So, what some fantastic sportsmanship here at SSR. These guys are absolutely out there to win and dominate every race, 100%. But a lot of really good, nice guys out here in the field, and we love to see sportsmanship. So Congratulations and a big hats off to you, Gary. Well done. Juzzy there, third. Now he's got to try and gun down Spark, who looks to be moving up the field quite fast. He's on the chase now for Mighty Bob, so he's going to have to really punch out some fast times. As we see another little battle here from the Kmart car and the Valvoline Wilson entry. So Scuba there just losing position to SRT Vroom, but is it over yet? These guys looks like they've been playing a little bit of leapfrog throughout the race so far. Not sure what I saw there, ladies and gentlemen. I think they might have just overtaken a car off to the side. Definitely a lap car, so SRT Vroom back out in front. He's run it a bit wide. There was the slightest bit of contact, and once again, sportsmanship here. Scuba has backed off, so he's put his hand up and said, "Hey mate, that's my fault. I tapped you." And brilliant, absolutely great to see. And we can see that SRT Vroom didn't even get a second penalty or half-second penalty for going off track. So that's actually worked out quite well for the pair. They need to keep working together now, push hard to catch up to the leaders of this battle pack at the moment. We've got your race leader, Mighty Bob, out in front, followed by Spark and Juzzy. Then we've got SRT Vroom in 5th, Scuba in 6th, Legendary Berry here now. We're on board with the Fujitsu Valvoline entry in 7th place. Of course, this whole top half of the grid is all Camaros at the moment. These things are absolutely flying. We have had a little bit of a change in the championship ready for season 2, so this will be the last time we do see the ZL1 Camaro this season, and we will be moving into the SS Camaro moving forward, just to get a little bit more parity and some exciting news. We will have some new cars as well, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. We're going to see all sorts of new entries and a lot more cars on grid, which should be really exciting for you. Great little battle here, still going on, these two, SRT and Scuba still pushing it, absolutely having a great battle here. We're only on lap 13 of 34, so we've got a long way to go. We continue down the grid. We've got Zappo here in 8th, just behind Legendary Berry. We've got Big Pooh in 9th with that half-second penalty again, so he's definitely picking that up quite consistently through the S's there, so maybe he just can't quite get that car pitched in the right way that he wants it, or maybe he's trying to cut just a little bit too much to try and catch up. As we continue down the grid, Big Easy in 10th, JK Stewie, the teammate in the other Jim Beam entry, the 333 car, so I guess that means he's only half even. Snipes in 12th. The first of the Mustangs, so he's having a fantastic race so far on lap 13. And not too far back there in the background there, we've got Osto as well, trying to chase him down, who's managed to get in front of HKS. And we can see our race leader, Mighty Bob, going for the overtake there, nice and clean, well done. As we see, he's going to have to battle his way through these lap cars now, so maybe that will slow him down just enough to give Spark the opportunity to catch up. All unfold here as we are still green light racing, no safety cars yet. And we're on lap 14 of 34. Mighty Bob still with the fastest lap so far after 1:15.666. And that is fast, that is absolutely fast here for sure. We see him taking it into the pits a little bit early on lap 14. Definitely those softs must have been really getting pushed to their absolute limit. As we see him coming into the pits now, the pit crew ripping off the tyres, chucking on the mediums. And is there a little bit of a splash and dash? Yes, there is. So we've just seen the little fuel canister come out. We've seen Spark now up into first, so he's gone past. And where is Mighty Bob going to come out? Just behind Juzzy. Looks like Gary wasn't too far behind Juzzy too, remember? So might come out just in front of that little battle that we were seeing with Scuba and SRT. As yes, absolutely, I was right. So now he's on to those race mediums. So a fantastic stint on the softs up to lap 14. Starting lap 15 on the mediums, and he'll run home on those for sure. You can definitely see Scuba just in the background there, so he's got a little bit of breathing room to We go up to our race leader, Spark in first, yet to pit. Did he start on the softs or the mediums? We won't know until we see him enter the pits. He's got a bit of breathing room now. As you can see, he's actually making his way through the field of lapped traffic. As we look back here to Juzzy, who's just serving that penalty there in the Bendix car. So sponsored by Supercars. It's absolutely fantastic for sure. Gary in third place, followed by Mighty Bob, who has already had his first pit. So theoretically, Mighty Bob is still out in front. He's the first car to pit. Obviously, there is that mandatory pit change. So we continue down through the grid here, making our way back past Zappo on that straight there. So first through the ninth, all quite close together. Not on top of each other, but they're all just there. Oh no, as we see Big Pooh's off to the side there. A little bit of dusty dirt racing, but he's managed to re-enter. Snipes has gone past, so no issues there. Osto right behind now, seeing if he can take advantage of the mistake and catch up onto the back of Big Pooh. You can see Spark now ready to lap Osto. So he's in a similar position now as where Mighty Bob was just a bit earlier, so overtaking Osto for the first time, but he went into the pits right after he got it done. So we'll see if Spark can get around Osto, put himself sort of in a similar position to where Mighty Bob was before he pit, and making his way up through the grid. Oh, just enough room there to get it done. Well done, fellas. Absolutely fantastically close racing there. Door to door, paint to paint. Always love to see it. As we can see Spark now catching up to the back of Big Pooh. Let's see if he can get that done as well. And he makes it into the first corner. Oh, that's a lot of trust on those mediums that have only had one lap to warm up. Oh, sorry, no, that was... I'm getting everyone mixed up now. So Spark is still obviously on his first tyre compound. Whether that was the soft or the mediums, I'm not sure. I would assume mediums if he's got that much trust into the car onto lap 16. Good little battle here through the traffic. You see Spark trying to fight. Oh no, he's just made a little bit of rear contact with Snipes. It's put him into the wall. That's a little bit unfortunate. As our race leader continues to plough ahead, I don't think he realised that he made enough contact there. It was just unfortunate that Snipes had that right rear just off the race line there and a little bit onto the curb. It's very easy to unsettle those Mustangs, and that's unfortunately put him into the wall. But with his pace that we've seen so far, he will continue to battle. Flacker coming around to finish that lap, and Spark, our race leader at the moment, getting around those final couple of corners. He looked fast this lap. Not fast enough to take the fastest lap of the race so far. You can see he's been quite consistent. We've got Juzzy on board now. The times there to your right, 17s and 16s. So Mighty Bob must have been absolutely moving to get that 115. As we continue down, Gary there in third. Mighty Bob chasing him down already on the race mediums. Must have got some good heat into those tyres early in those first couple of laps. Danger zone now through the SSR. You don't want to be making mistakes now on lap 18 of 34, that's for sure. As we continue down the grid, Zappo there in 6th place. Cars sort of melding in with the lap traffic now, so it's going to be a bit of a battle for everyone at the moment. The lap cars need to continue to push, otherwise they're going to keep dropping down the order, and points are important for everyone across this. So everyone will continue to race, obviously not pulling off the race line in the middle of a corner, but we're safe to do so. The guys will definitely allow some space for us. We get to Legendary Berry there in 8th place at the moment, just ahead of JK Stew in 9th. You can see him there off into the background. We'll jump on there with him at the moment, flying around on lap 18. Easy there in 10th, making his way up the back straight. See down the order, Osto is race leader just out in front there as we are down at the tail of the grid at the moment. Remember, he will be a lap up on these cars, so we're currently on lap 19 of the race so far. We drop back to Hoster, who's just put on the softs, changed off the mediums that he started with, seeing if he can gun down some of the cars up ahead. He needs to catch Big Pooh and hopefully Big Easy as well. We'll have to wait and see how this race unfolds. He definitely needs some more points. That Mustang is a bit of a struggle, as we can see Zappo right behind him, benefiting off the slipstream down that back straight. So who knows, he might even get classed the slipstream king. We want to see lots of nose to tail battles, especially along this back straight. Makes it so exciting to watch. Very close there. Not quite able to make a move. Being very late into the corner there to make that dive, but he might get a chance here into turn one. So he has hung wide, but he hasn't pushed himself up in there fast enough. So they get crossed over a little bit here coming up. You see Zappo almost losing control of the car. Very good car control to keep that thing steady there, as we see it go left to right. Still making up time. Even though we're almost fighting for a lap down through the cars. Lost leaving plenty of room, letting him pass. Some good racing there. More sportsmanship, as we have mentioned throughout this race so far. Really good to see on track. As we can see, Osto's now left Snipes an opportunity to catch up again. But hopefully he can stay in that tow from Zappo now. So the roles have reversed. Instead of Zappo getting that tow up the back straight, now Osto's going to hang on and see if that can help him make that Mustang just fast enough to keep Snipes off his tail for the rest of this race. We'll see how long Osto can hang on to the back of Zappo, who is currently in 6th place, but up ahead. Smooth inputs there from Osto, trying his absolute best to hang on to the back of that Camaro. We clearly know it's much, much faster. As we continue down the grid, even Gold Carl's now starting to get in on the action. He's starting to get onto the back of Snipes. So Osto really needs to hang on to that slipstream to keep away from them so he can ensure that he doesn't go backwards down this grid, as we see Flacker in 15th place there, rounding out our order at the moment. Back down on lap 18, so obviously something's not quite gone right for his tune this week in that beautiful shell-powered Mustang. Oh no! We've seen him just get a little bit crossed as he's gone over the top there. It looks like he was trying to enter the pits, but he's probably just had a little bit too much power down coming over the top of that hill. Got a bit airborne in the rear end and just absolutely sent that Mustang sideways down the hill. Very easy to do. We go down the order with Juzzy in second. We're on lap 22 of 34. Gary in third. SRT room there in fourth. Now don't forget, guys, a lot of these drivers still haven't pitted yet, so they must be pushing these mediums as far as they can before they get onto the softs for the run to the finish. Zappo in fifth, and Mighty Bob, who we know is definitely pitted, in sixth. So remember, he was our fastest racer. Spark has now taken the fastest lap of the night for 1:15.4. Absolutely flying. That's incredible time down here. I would say he's definitely got a helpful tow from someone down that back straight to be going that fast. That is absolutely insane. We can see the lap times there on the right for Mighty Bob. Not sure how accurate a lot of those times are. GT7 does seem to have some issues changing through the order. So we see Spark and Juzzy now entering the pits. This is going to be the big moment here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the nail biter. Where will they come out? Will the Mighty Bob be able to catch up those positions from the pit? Although it does look like something has happened for him on lap 21. I don't believe that was his pit lap. He would have the little P in the right. So it looks like, unfortunately, he might have had an accident there on that previous lap. Comes around the corner in six. We can see our previous race leaders exiting the pits now. He has managed to get in front of of Juzzy in 5th as he comes out here. Whoa, wow, right into the lap traffic. That was as close as it gets. So we've got SRT Vroom, Zappo, Mighty Bob, and they're battling to get past Osto in 12th on a lap down. Absolutely flying through here. So there's a good little battle pack going on here on lap 23. Mighty Bob pushing quite hard there. Gets past not only the lap traffic, but Zappo as well. So a great little battle there. Looks like Zappo might be running on some new tyres, pitting just not long ago there on lap 21. Mighty Bob did that pit on lap 20, so it was that lap. As you can see, it does update from time to time. Juzzy there in 6th. He'll be catching up to the pack ahead. He'll have to get around the lap traffic as he goes past Flacker and Osto not too far ahead. Zappo there in 5th. Hanging onto the back of the guys that have just managed to make their way through. Mighty Bob's jumped up to 4th. This is going to be a good little battle here. Spark has gone back into the lead as we see Gary now into the pits on the following lap. And Gary looks like he's going to come out from 3rd down into 7th. Make our way back up through the field. So Juzzy there in 5th, needing to get around the lap traffic to keep up with Zappo. He doesn't want to get left behind. They're going to have to work together to catch up to the race leaders as Mighty Bob's made his way back up into 3rd, trying to chase down Spark and SRT Vroom. So that'll be the battle to see. We did see Mighty Bob jump off the line with some brilliant pace early in this race. As we see Osto almost make a move around the outside of Zappo, who's made a bit of a mistake, but he's let that move go. And we might see Juzzy now possibly get up. No, he looks like he hasn't quite got the exit out of that corner either. SRT Vroom into the pits. That will bring Mighty Bob onto the rear end of Spark. So that will see the battle, I would assume, if these two guys get up close enough to each other. Spark and Mighty Bob, the two fastest guys on track, both running 1:15s in the qualifying. 1:15.4, that's an absolutely amazing race that time as well. As we can see a couple of the other cars now jumping into the pits. They were on the mediums, so they're going to be swapping to the softs before they come out. See a set of softs going on there for SRT in the leadership board on the left. So we go down through the race there in 4th place. Things are really starting to heat up now on lap 25 of 34. Gary down to 5th, SRT in 6th. Legendary Berry sitting pretty in 7th. Zappo in 8th. The Big Camaro, driven by JK Stewie, in 9th. Followed by his teammate, the Big Pooh, sitting there in 10th. Big Easy in 11th, and then Peter Camaro. And we've got Osto there, trying to hang on. He's working hard to catch up to Big Easy. He's using as much slip off the faster guys as possible to do it. Snipes there in 13th, out in clear air. Push hard to catch up. Gold Cow in 14th, followed by Flacker, who I believe is 2 laps down from Gold Cow. Still out there, still having a go, which is fantastic to see. As we go to our race leader now, Spark, and he does have a huge gap over Mighty Bob. Sitting in 2nd, we can see on the little map there that Mighty Bob is just coming around that chicane now. So we've got probably about half that back straight that Spark does have over Mighty Bob. So just a little difference in the strategies there, starting on the mediums and the softs, can make a massive difference to overall race time, including obviously the race time that these guys are putting down, 1:15.4s and 1:15.6s. Not something that I can do, that's for sure. As we see Scuba now catching up to the back of Osto. Coming on to lap 26 of 34. We're at the tail end of this now, where the guys are going to really have to start thinking smart, making moves, and obviously not pushing that car too hard as these tyres will be starting to deteriorate. Scuba getting a great run there, pushing it up the inside of Osto. Osto just backing out of the corner early, letting him go, seeing if he can grab that slip, but he's going to have to try and hold off another one, which is Gary coming through, followed by SRT. So he's going to want to keep pushing to make sure that he doesn't lose that opportunity to catch the cars in front of him as well. So we got Legendary Barry there in 7th in that Fujitsu entry, Camaro, followed by Zappo, JK Stewie racing with the Jim Beam team, and his teammate Big Pooh. So we see a very lively rundown through the final corner there in the big Camaro with a bit of a wobble. Oh, Big Pooh doing the same. Big Easy in 11th. Letting Juzzy go. And Osto not too far behind now. Will we have the time in the race to actually jump up to 11th? Oh, as we see Big Easy and Juzzy just make a little bit of contact into the final chicane. This could be the moment Osto's been waiting for. I know it's a bit of a battle in the rear of the pack at the moment, but every point counts in this season, that's for sure. Wow, what a race we're having here today. Oh no, Gold Cow's there, and he's not going very fast. It's caused an accident. Oh dear. Not what we like to see. He might have had a moment himself. It's caused all sorts of mayhem here. And Big Easy unfortunately cops a 2-second penalty for the contact. That was really unfortunate. He was having such a great race. Now he's really opened the door there for Osto to jump that position. We've got a couple of laps to go, so it's definitely not over yet, that's for sure. Unfortunately there for Gold Cow, yeah, we've got to keep the pace going and let everyone go through safely. Slowing down that much in the middle of the corner, not ideal, as we see Osto give a bit of a bump there for Big Easy, giving him a bit of a head start before that 2-second penalty kicks in. It's going to slow him down quite dramatically on this back straight. Snipes there in 13th. Gold Cow there, unfortunately had a little bit of an incident just before. And Flacker. We go back to our race leader Spark. Let's see how much of a gap he's got on Mighty Bob. Pretty much the entire esses, so from turns 2 to 5, he's pretty much out in front. We've only got 5 more laps remaining. He's going to have to drive really fast, Mighty Bob, and unfortunately he's got a 1/2-second penalty, and that's really going to cost him down the back straight. Might even open the door here for Juzzy as we continue into this absolutely fantastic race. Round 5 of the V8 Supercars at the moment. Lap 29, and it's still, well, I won't say anyone's race, but it's still definitely up for grabs. SRT Vroom there in 5th. Coming up to some lap traffic, he's going to have to drive quite smart and hard here, use them as a slipstream and get past them. Gary there just behind in 6th. Unfortunately, that 1/2-second penalty coming onto the back straight now is not going to do him any favours as he tries to chase down SRT for Legendary Barry in 7th. Very consistent run there as we look at the times on the right, and so is Zappo. Only 1 lap there. Out of the ordinary for him. JK Stewie in 9th place. Again, some very consistent times down the right hand side. And Big Pooh, the teammate, not too far behind JK Stewie, but not exactly right behind him either. Osto making up a little bit of ground on Big Pooh, but not enough. As you can see, those times are starting to slow down. Unfortunately, once he's not in that slip, he just cannot compete with these other cars on the track. A bit of damage the front end of that Ned car as well, so a little bit of rubbing. Might have been a bit of a wall scrape there somewhere. You can see lap times have been fairly consistent. We jump back to SRT Vroom, who does need to get around Osto here. Not quite close enough to do it in this corner yet, but he'll be taking full advantage of that slipstream, using a little bit less fuel and making car go as fast as it absolutely can. Coming onto the final straight there. Looks like a bit of a double break into the corner. Didn't quite get the entry and exit that he wanted there to get the smooth run on Osto up that back straight. But he's going to use as much draft as possible here. We love to see the nose-to-tail action. That's going to help keep him away from Gary, who's lurking in the background there in 6th place. Coming up to the final corners of lap 30. Not long now. Another 4 laps to go, and this is all over Red Rover. SRT getting a great run into the final corner there. And is he going to get the move done on Osto? Osto pulls out. Some good sportsmanship there, letting him go. Just realising that he was going to be holding him up, especially through the S's. Just couldn't keep up the pace. We've got Gary now looking to potentially get past Osto as well. We've got another 3 laps here and see if he does manage to catch up to the back of Osto, or whether that gap to SRT is going to be too big for him to jump himself up into 5th place. Continuing down the grid, we've got JK Stewie in 9th. With one of his fastest laps that we've seen in a while with a 1:18. That's a great effort for him. Fantastic race as he commences lap 31. Jumping the curbs, using as much of the track as possible. He's really got the pressure onto him now. And so's the teammate Big Pooh, as he's starting to come up into some lap traffic. It looks like just ahead as well. Using as much curb as he can. Oh no, it's the race leader! So he's going to try and see if he can use the slipstream behind the race leader for as long as possible to catch up to his teammate. Make sure that he stays away from Osto, because he does not want to lose 10th place to Osto, that's for sure. As we see, Osto's gotten past Big Easy from that mistake that we saw earlier there. But it looks like Big Easy's really dropped back, so Osto must have been hanging on to the back of someone there for a good slipstream. He's still behind SRT. We saw that about 3 or 4 laps ago, so really hanging on. Big Easy there in 12th, not really that far behind. It might be possible for him to catch up, especially if we see some mistakes late in the race. Like I mentioned earlier, it's one of the most pretty liveries that I've seen this year at Pizza Hut. Someone should enter it into a contest, like I said before, because I think it might win some prizes. Of course, all the cars on the grid do look absolutely fantastic. As we see Gold Cow there in 14th. And Flacco rounding out our grid at the moment. A couple of laps down at the moment, but he's still racing on. He's got the race leader right behind him. So he's going to be pushing as fast as he can in that Mustang, because he doesn't want to hold up the race leader. Terrible spot to try and make the move here, but as we see our race leader absolutely push it as we go on board here with Spark. We'll stay on board for a little while and listen to that beautiful cut. Down through the grid for the final time before we get to the race end. We're on spoiler cam as we go down through the grid. So in 3rd place we have Juzzy. 4th place we have Scuba. Beautiful Kmart livery, and in 5th we've got SRT Brew. Absolutely flying now. Look at that gap that he's opened up for Osto there. He was hanging onto the back of him for as many laps as possible. We've got Gary in 6th with the So What electrical legendary variant in 7th. Zappo in 8th. JK Stewie, the first of the Dodge Challengers, followed by his teammate Big Pooh in 10th. Osto there in 11th, first of the Mustangs so far, followed by Big Easy. Snipes. Oh no! Red Bull gives you wings. Well, grow wings after spinning that much, that's for sure. Unfortunate end to the race there as we go back to our race leader here. Spark coming around the track for the final time tonight. Round 5 of the SSR V8 Supercars series, and I'm going to present to you our current race leader who's going to finish this race quite comfortably in first. A fantastic drive from Spark today. Started on pole, lost a big chunk of time to the big mighty Bob, but he's managed to win the day with strategy and good decisions as he goes across the line. First place, pole position, well done. Mighty Bob there in second, a fantastic drive. I almost thought this race was his to have for sure. He was well out in front early, but that's what they say. Race isn't won on the first corner, that's for sure. Jumping back to third, Juzzy with a fantastic drive tonight, finishing himself in third, and that will be our podium for tonight. Well done, boys. Fantastic racing. Scuba just missing out, finishing in fourth. Great race from him. SRT crew had a great battle with Scuba, but Scuba making it over the top. SRT finishing in fifth. Gary there, not too far behind as well, finishing in sixth, and he didn't quite get Osto. He's very close at the finish line there. Zappo in seventh. Fantastic race we've had from everyone today. We've seen it all. We've seen great sportsmanship. We've seen fantastic overtakes. And speaking of overtakes, Legendary Berry coming to finish in eighth. And who was that? Gold Cow saying, yeah, I'm not being lapped, mate. See you later. Goes around the outside. Wow, what a late game move that was. That was fantastic. JK Stubby across the line in ninth. Big Pooh and Osto, Big Easy, Snipes, Gold Cow and Flacker was our race field. I hope you've enjoyed this commentary. It's been brought to you by Ned Racing. We hope to see you next time.